Have you ever come across a name that just sticks with you? One that feels less like a label and more like a promise? Well, today we're going to dive into one of those, Tavamithram Sarvada. It's not just a name, it's a whole philosophy for navigating our pretty complex modern lives. So let's get right into what it all means. So what does this name actually mean? Tavamithram Sarvada is a Sanskrit phrase, and it translates beautifully to your friend forever. And that's not just a nice sentiment, right? It's actually the core principle of this entire approach to wisdom, an approach that's built on the idea of companionship, not a rigid hierarchy.
So, who's the person behind this idea? It's someone named Krishna. He's an entrepreneur, an author, and a philosopher who's based in Germany. And he started sharing all of his insights publicly way back in 2014.
Okay, so this brings us to the first big idea, which is the role he sees for himself. It's all about being a friend for your journey. And notice the subtitle here, guiding you with wisdom, not as a guru. That distinction is absolutely key. And this is a really important point. It's all about rejecting that typical hierarchy. You see it right here in this quote. He's not looking for a throne or a bunch of followers. Instead, he sees himself as a true companion on life's intricate journey. I mean, that's a huge difference, isn't it? The goal is to walk alongside you, not to lead you from up on some pedestal. All right, so if he's not a guru, then what's the mission here? What's the point? It all centers on one incredibly powerful goal, helping people cultivate fearlessness. This is the big why that drives absolutely everything he does.
And the method is kind of like a great exchange. It's about actively getting rid of the things that hold us back. Things like superstition, that feeling of duality that makes us feel separate and alone, and of course, fear itself. And then, in their place, you nurture what really matters: clarity, a sense of oneness, and real, genuine fearlessness.
Now, the foundation for making all this happen, for really dissolving that fear, rests on just one. That's it, just one universal principle: oneness. This is an ancient idea that suggests that everything, and I mean everything, is interconnected. It's all part of a single ultimate reality. And really grasping that idea, that's the key. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds a little abstract, but his perspective is forged from some really powerful sources. We're talking inspiration from figures like the ancient student Nachiketa, who fearlessly questioned death itself. It's also been tempered by his own personal and pretty raw near-death experiences. And of course, it's all deeply rooted in timeless philosophical wisdom. So, let's talk about the how. How do you take this ancient, profound wisdom and actually make it work for our busy, stressful modern lives? Well, it's all about bridging that gap with practical, real-world experience. And he's been committed to this work for a good while now. His blog actually launched back in early 2014, and later that same year, he founded something called the TVM Gita Samiti, which was all about making these profound texts easier for people to access. And today, he's still at it, sharing this wisdom through books, videos, and a whole lot more. And here's something I find really fascinating. His wisdom doesn't just come from ancient books. The guy has a deep passion for a ton of different fields. We're talking music, history, psychology, even flying, filmmaking, and the culinary arts. And this isn't just a list of hobbies. This is what grounds his philosophy in the real world. It gives it this practical, relatable depth. Okay, for those of you who like to know the official terms, the core philosophy we're talking about here is called Advaita Vedanta. It's what's known as a non-dualist philosophy, and its central idea is, well, it's pretty mind-blowing. It proposes that your true self, your inner essence, isn't separate from the ultimate reality of the universe. It's actually one and the same. All right, we've covered the who, the why, and the how. Now for the what. What are the actual tangible tools and resources that are out there for you to use on your own journey toward finding some inner peace? And the cool thing is, there's pretty much something for everyone, no matter how you like to learn. The blog has the biggest library of articles, but if you're more of a visual or auditory person, there are tons of videos, ebooks, and audiobooks. You can even jump into Q&A discussions and engage directly. And all of these resources are designed to guide you along a really clear path. It's not meant to be overwhelming. You start with step one, just practical tools for managing the stress of modern life. Then you can move into some simple meditation practices. And the ultimate goal, to cultivate a deep and lasting sense of peace.
So what's the end game here? What's the point of all these tools and resources? It really comes down to one powerful word: empowerment. The whole entire philosophy is designed to give you the confidence and the tools to turn inward, to find the clarity and the answers you're looking for inside yourself. So when you put all of this together, it's not a set of rules or a doctrine you have to follow. It's really just an invitation, a simple invitation to start exploring these ideas for yourself, to see where your own journey might begin. And what are you exploring towards? What's the destination of this journey? Well, in his own words, it's this: to rise above duality and to celebrate the greatest magic of all, life itself. Just let that sink in for a second. So if any of this has sparked your interest or resonated with you, getting started is actually super straightforward. You can subscribe to the blog for regular articles and insights, or you can follow the YouTube channels to check out his teachings and discussions. You see, at the end of the day, this whole philosophy isn't really about finding some leader to follow. It's about discovering the wisdom and the friend that you already have inside you. And so that leaves us with just one final question, really. Are you ready to look within?
A discerning person, who observes the world keenly and applies sound reasoning, gains true benefit through that very clarity. At times, one's own intelligence becomes one's guiding guru. Srimad Bhagavata Purana 11:7:20